Okay. Hello from outside Dickinson Stadium for our latest Simbin short after England's defeat to Australia, which means the Kangaroos retain the Ashes. Matt, I mean, a better performance from England, but as was the story at Wembley, 10 minutes in the second half took the game away.
Weird, isn't it? Because I think everyone can identify that they played better than last week. However, they didn't look anywhere near as close to scoring for me this time. They had better chances last week than this week. There were a few moments, the kick to the corner, looking for Dom Young. Dom Young dived in the corner, the kick from Williams looking, Knowles with the but they never really created a clear, massive chance.
Yeah.
I said the same last week. I thought a lot of the performance was really good. I thought in the middle again they were good. They had a lot of good ball. They had more territory than Australia again in the first half.
Completed higher.
But the issue was the same in the grand scheme of things, and that is England ball don't look like they're going to score. Well, and Australia, let's be right, Australia didn't really look like scoring a lot today.
No.
But when their chances did come, they took them, and that has been the story of the series, unfortunately.
We both said it though, is that Australia, and it was similar last week, it came from individual players taking their moment, whereas with England it was just too structured that they only could follow the set game plan, and there was no one who kind of took that moment and took the game on. Late on there was a couple of half breaks from Mikey Lewis, Herbie Farnworth, Dom Young, a couple of but no, Kai Pearce-Paul had that one where he kind of broke away, but whereas the Aussies had these moments of this person's just done this spark thing, England had their plan, stuck to it, it got them a better result, but no one stood out. The difference was, and if people had have sat watching the game with you, they'd understand this, but I'll try and give the anecdote. Whenever there was a number of times Australia got the ball and there was that much flow in motion that you went, and you couldn't watch. Well, because it's just literally, if they manage to get one extra pass away than they're meant to, they're going to score. Yeah. That's the difference.
Whereas England, they're moving the ball and it's just not as crisp, it's not as quick, and you never go, oh, here we go. There was one in the first half, wasn't there, where they got the ball wide to Tom Johnston, he created space. I think Reece Walsh comes across and then Mark, I'm not going to pronounce his last name because I can't, Marky Mark, does that stupid flick. That was the one time where they stripped him on the edge, but they covered it. But the second half was painful viewing from a good ball perspective. It was so predictable to watch. You never felt.
Well, it was the thing of they'd try and flick the ball through hands, it wouldn't work, and then it'd be so Matty Lees has to run it up the middle to reset them again, or
it'd be shift play, point play, wouldn't it? So they'd shift it, and then it'd be right, middle takes you to the point so that you can attack again. But those point plays. I know they're a point play, and you're trying to get to a set point. But even they're not threatening. Like when the Aussies are running it through a Tino, he's got a genuine, and that's nothing against the guys we've got, because they're good players, they're not ball carry threats. I thought Mikel Leski, in fairness to him, in that 15-minute stint, carried the ball fairly well.
I was going to say, the one thing I do think England got correct, and obviously it resulted in cards, was that they went and took the game to Australia early on. That was the tactic they needed at Wembley, and they were almost a bit too mousy, I guess is the word that's coming to my head.
The thing is, last week I thought they contained Australia really well.
But they didn't go at them.
But they didn't bash them, did they?
No.
Where today they bashed them. I would say aided by an unbelievable atmosphere. We had this argument at Wembley on the main show, and nobody can tell me that Wembley is a better venue for rugby league than this place or Headingley next week, because the atmosphere
it is for international rugby than Headingley.
But the atmosphere was chalk and cheese. There's 2 points on that. I agree that the atmosphere was way better, but I think Wembley is one of those, it's historic, as in when the Aussies are playing, London is a hub of Australian people, so that's why they did it as well. And that's the Kangaroos.
That's the Australia coach behind us. And then also but this venue is incredible. Obviously, our first time here, most people's first times here. It's genuinely.
Other than getting in.
Yeah, but genuinely, it is unreal, and the atmosphere was amazing.
Get
I would
Magic
also
here.
say
Scrap the stupid 18 playoff idea that nobody wants, and then have a spare week and get Magic Weekend
here.
A, in the calendar. B, if you can't get St James's Park, get it here.
You can see behind us, so like the water's behind us, the stadium's here. Liverpool city centre's a stone's throw that way. There's so many pubs. My brother sent me a video. He was here.
We have my bag.
And he
is it? There we go. Ever the professional, and I've made no change.
My brother sent me a video, and they had like live music on in part of the concourse
Awesome.
where they were all drinking.
Brilliant place. Brilliant place.
Even the fireworks and the pre-match stuff was amazing.
It's been fantastic.
The other thing that I would say England were aided by was Morgan Smithies being a man possessed.
He was tremendous today.
And how he did not play in the first test, I have no idea.
He was everywhere, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I've just spoke to him after the game, so Halifax repping, weren't we? Both went to the same secondary school actually, but
story, bro.
He is bruised. He's just a face of bruises.
Yeah.
But my God, he was everywhere. I thought he was unbelievable.
He was.
But I thought all the middles played. I thought Mike McMeekan in that first stint was really, really good. Matty Lees is Matty Lees.
Mike McMeekan was compared
really
to last
good.
week, night and day.
Yeah. I thought he was poor last week. I thought he was really good this week.
Yeah. AJ Brimson, I thought was
quiet.
Solid.
He was quiet for me. He was okay.
I would rather quiet than noticeable in a poor way.
I know.
So if you're comparing the two performances of the two fullbacks, I know which one I'm picking.
I get you.
But Shaun Wane said he requires more from him.
Yeah.
But I don't think off the two performances, Brimson merits dropping.
Oh no. I'd keep him in, but I didn't really notice him that much. I know what you're saying. Yeah. But when you're struggling to score points, you want your fullback to be noticeable.
But
do you get my point?
So pre this series, we had a back and forth about fullback, and it was back when Saints were playing Jack Wellesby in different positions, and everyone's saying, "But what about England for Jack?" And I went, "That does not matter because in Super League, the top clubs, all their fullbacks are Australian." And we worked through the top clubs, and your next English fullback option, Max Jowett or Bailey Hodgson. Max Jowett and Bailey Hodgson, both great players, but you wouldn't say they are at England level.
Jack Wellesby's not had his best season. No. He's missed a lot of the season through injury.
He was almost the safest name on that team sheet coming into it.
Yeah, because even though Brimson was in, you still felt Wellesby would get the goal.
Yeah.
And
there was no one else in Super League where you were going, oh, that player's coming in, that player's coming in. No. But Shaun Wane has said he'll make changes again next week. I
didn't think anyone was particularly.
George Williams did not have his.
The issues are hard, isn't it? And I know that Shaun Wane will hate this, but there is going to be a conversation, and you can see that where the debate will go this weekend in the aftermath, and it's. The talk before was Jake Connor. The talk now
will be Jake
Connor because
neither halfback partnership has set the world alight.
No, and last week they did create some chances. I said this on our preview show. I understand why Shaun Wane didn't pick Jake Connor because he's got trust in the guys he picked. If I was picking the squad myself, I absolutely would have had Jake Connor because I just think he provides you that little bit of different, and crucially his defence has been really good this year, and I don't think anyone can dispute that.
I'm now, both times, the halfback partnerships have had glimpses, but then today George was at fault for that monster try.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed. He'll be really disappointed.
And then there was a couple of times where his attack was just a bit stilted.
It's just the attack full stop.
Yeah.
They can't. Brimson doesn't get involved enough, which is that because he's not coming through the middle. 100%. No, I'm with you. But the problem you've got with Harry Smith. Look, I thought Harry Smith. The end of sets better. Shaun Wane talks about ending sets better, and Harry Smith absolutely in that regard did his job. The problem with Harry Smith is he doesn't provide a run threat. There's no run threat with Harry Smith. So you watch Australia defend against him today. They're sliding because they know he's not gonna. Well, they can't do that when you've got a Mikey. Now listen, we were bemoaning Mikey not having his greatest game last week. Everyone brings their own strengths. I think what this series has probably said to me so far is probably what everyone was saying before the series, that the halves not that they're not good enough, but they're not playing well enough right now.
Well, it's the credit in the bank versus form theory, right? And George and Harry are in due to credit in the bank. Mikey's in due to form. Jake is out due to no credit in the bank.
Yeah.
Is the way I would phrase it. I would say that George maybe hasn't delivered on his credit in the bank.
I thought in the first half last week he was good.
Okay, but if we're saying 30 minutes out of...
He didn't have... He did some good things today. He put a few short kicks in that caused trouble. He had some moments. Barring the Munster try, defended well.
Yeah.
But well, look, there's a very simple way to look at this, Meg, isn't there? We can go roundabout. They scored 1 try in 2 games.
Yeah.
And that tells you, that
and
demonstrates...
that was a Darryl Clark barrel over.
That demonstrates you the problem.
And there's that thing, right, of there's better ways to lose than others. So this was a better way to lose today than last week.
Yeah, you couldn't come away and say England were poor today.
But they did not look like they were going to score.
No.
Not once. I just think also the run threat thing as well. Jake does have that in his game a bit.
He's a big body, isn't he?
He's a big body, and then also he has the kicking game. I don't know. I just think when you're seeing Nathan Cleary kick that 40-20, and I know Jez Litton kicked one last week. I thought Jez had a good game.
He faded later on, didn't he?
But he
started well.
That's why.
Yeah, he started well.
And interesting that Shaun Wane said that it was a set time that Mikey Lewis was coming on. So that wasn't like...
Which I would have got if...
I'd have gone 5 minutes earlier.
You know, if there's one score in it, I think when there's 2 scores, 11 minutes, when you've scored 1 try in 150 minutes.
Yeah.
I would have probably brought him on a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Because he did add a bit of spark.
But because as well, I said to you, didn't I? Probably 10 minutes before Jez looks tired now.
It was when he was getting to play the ball, he was just a bit jaded.
So I would have maybe brought him on a little bit earlier. I thought Mikey did quite well when he came on.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Looks like next week it is do or die. And I spoke to Alexi after the match, who he said it feels like life or death. We have to get a win.
Yeah.
Looks like England might have a wings change.
Dom Young's come out in a boot, hasn't he? We've just seen him.
And Tom Johnston.
He said to me he's fine.
He's okay.
He said to me he's fine.
So maybe one wing change.
Joe Burgess will come in, won't he?
will come in.
Which and I'll tell you now, I've seen a lot of criticism for Dom Young, and I don't get it. I think
it's his defensive play, but he defended well today.
I think he's our best ball carrier.
He is the best ball carrier. I don't think, but no one with Dom Young's game in his season in the NRL this year, it was never about his attack. It's all been about his defence.
And there was one, wasn't there, where I went Dom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Like his defence in the NRL has seen him targeted.
Yeah.
And I thought they used Herbie a bit better, but still he never got free.
I'm pulling a face. I'm not pulling a. I just don't think we know how to get the best out of Herbie yet. Because I don't think we're quick enough getting the ball out wide.
It's not like Nathan Cleary has had a loud series. He's just played back up to. He got that 40-20
Cameron Munster got man of the match today, didn't he? And I understand it because he got the try, but I didn't. Yeah, I said to you, my man of the match, and he'll have gone properly under the radar, was Angus Crichton. I thought he was great. I thought he was solid.
Do you know what? Anyway. So, final bit looking forward. What changes do you think Shaun Wane makes? I think he brings John Bateman back in.
No, I think Bateman's gone. I think his injury's relatively serious.
Okay.
So I think that'll be the same.
Shaun Wane did say he'll be okay for Headingley.
I don't think he'll play.
Do you think George Williams will play?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do
you think it'll be the same halfback partnership?
I don't know what changes it makes. I really don't know which changes it makes. Joe Birch will come in for Dom Young.
Yeah.
Because he won't drop George.
Is there any forwards who haven't had a game yet?
Oh, you're testing my knowledge now.
Do
you bring Owen Trout back in?
Why? But I think he's used all his forwards.
I can't point to you like to anyone who had a particularly poor game.
But like, Morgan Smithies has
to play. He was awesome. For me, he was England's best player.
Yeah, 100%. I do think. Sorry to be the pessimist. Unless Australia hand out a lot of debuts and change a lot, But even still, I do think England lose again.
I'm the opposite to you on this. I'm the optimist in that I genuinely don't think England are a million miles off. I said this last week and I stick to it now. However, I identified that the issues that they have...
Doesn't matter how much good ball you have if you can't score.
My issue is they can't fix that up in a week. So I think they will lose as well.
Yeah.
But I'm not coming out of this series right here, right now. I don't know what's going to happen next week. Going, what's the point even with the World Cup? I do think... But this is something that we need to discuss once the series is done. But there needs to be more focus on England in season with training camps and it's just.
Well, Shaun Wane said we need more test level rugby.
Well, he can't even get.
And he needs training.
They haven't had any training.
No.
So it's something that the sport needs to look at. But there's no 3 weeks in the calendar next year, so it's midweek training, and they come out of the club camps, and everyone gets on board with it. Or manage expectation what to get from the World Cup, because we look like a team. England look like a team in pre-season, still finding the rhythm with the ball, don't they? And that's because
it's
essentially
that thing, isn't it? Of like, oh well, it's a new halfback partnership. You need to give it time. Like it's all that kind of bits and bobs. Look, a great day, a great spectacle for the sport.
Superb.
I don't think anyone can walk away from that and not say it's been a great day for the sport.
We have to be back here.
They have to come back here in some capacity. Final point, should Reece Walsh have seen yellow in the first half? For the smack over the head on Dom Young?
I mean, for me, yes, and I'm getting into the intricacies and people are going to roll my eyes. He came off his feet.
Yeah,
the whole mitigation, aggravation.
Yeah.
But I heard they say hit the shoulder first. I thought yellow. I thought the second yellow. While yes, it wasn't. He didn't end up denying a try because the ball was gone. I thought it was naughty
in rugby union. I think the first one would have been a 20-minute red. So it's in rugby union, what they say is it's not a full red.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't have to be a player down for the whole game.
Yeah.
But Reece Walsh can't come back on. But after 20 minutes, you can put someone else on.
Right. Okay. I thought it was really naughty. Which
I think is a good rule that we should consider.
The ball had gone. And then he jumped and he's whacked him in the head like he was bad. I thought Reece Walsh, last week he was
unbelievable.
He was, I dare say, poor today.
I just think he maybe almost tried to replicate last week a little bit.
They overplayed at times, didn't they? Marky Mark with some outrageous players, the wrong kind.
But look, a great day. England have again some thinking to do. Shaun Wane was broken.
He was in tears at the end, wasn't he? And I know that I think any national coach at any level gets a lot of criticism and hate, and I do feel for Shaun because it does mean so much to him.
It does. The thing is, this is another one we'll discuss at the end of the series, is if you lose 3-0 to Australia, can he lead them into a World Cup?
I don't know. I think it's too early because. Because England would have to make the change now. That's the point. Yeah, is that with a year till the World Cup, I get it. I think let's see what happens next week. Yeah. Because I think it's manner as well. If it's another game like that. I think it's too early. I think it's too early to think about that. Let's see how next week plays out. Let's see where we're at.
Shaun. Well, obviously make sure to like, subscribe, let us know in the comments how you thought England played and how you think it'll go at the third test in Headingley, and we will be back early next week with a full simming session.
Oh, we've got a big week next week.
We've got a big week with lots and lots of stuff coming.
We've got a big, just in general, we've got like 5-6 big days now. Yeah. Meg Matt Simbin Sessions is having a big expansion, should we say.
Yes, but keep your eye out. And we will see you then. Bye.